Well, one like side recommendation I have is like, don't worry about like squirreling money away for retirement in like 10 or 20 years. It won't matter.
Okay.
Either we're not going to be here, or
it just like it's you won't need to save for retirement. If any of the things that we've said are true, saving for retirement will be irrelevant.
the services will be there to support you. You'll have the home, you'll have the healthcare, you'll have the entertainment.
The way this unfolds is fundamentally impossible to predict because of self-improvement of the AI and the accelerating timeline.
Yeah, it's called singularity for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what happens after the event horizon.
Exactly. You can never see past the black hole or the event horizon, the light cone.
I mean, Ray has a singularity out way too far. I mean, this is like the next. What's your timeline for this?
We're in the singularity.
Well, we are in the singularity for sure. We're in the midst of it right now for sure.
Y'all, even the Nephilim are telling us that we are the generation, because we are the generation that will see the Lord Jesus Christ return, because we are.
She's actually right, man. It's not Jesus Christ, it's YAHAWASHI. This is the generation which is gonna. The scriptures say this wicked and adoption generation. This is it.
Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Kwakwadah. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Shalom to the mighty Akim, Wakawathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. Slocky, tongue-tied. Today's lesson, I want to talk about this matter with the whole singularity thing, quote unquote singularity. Now, I'm not gonna lie, like, I've obviously heard of it before, but to take it a step further, it's like I don't really understand, like, I didn't understand the literal, like, one-to-one definition of it, so I looked it up. Let's get it again. Actually, singularity meaning. Basically, singularity. The term singularity generally refers to a state or event of being singular, unique, or peculiar. However, its specific meaning depends heavily on the context in which it is used. So basically, it doesn't necessarily have a one-to-one tied literal event. Definition. It heavily changes based off of the context to which it is used. And I think the thing that I best understand in how they're trying to use it is that they're trying to say that this quote-unquote singularity is this whole canon event, which I think that they're trying to be intentionally vague and quote-unquote mysterious about it, because they know what they know what they're talking about, but as they're recording it and putting it on the thing, they like to give little breadcrumbs, or like, oh, here guys, like, we're gonna give you a little bit of what we're trying to say, or we're gonna give you a little bit of what we're planning and stuff like that, but we're not gonna give you the whole thing and stuff like that. So that's why we're gonna be intentionally vague and make sure that you don't fully understand what we're getting at or whatever. And that's where this whole singularity thing comes into play, because rather than them saying exactly what they mean, because singularity is like a term. It's kind of like Slocky. It's kind of like me saying there's a table full of a bunch of desserts, and I'm talking to someone, to my friend or something. Let's say I was talking to a friend, saying that, hey, buddy, we need to work on this on the dessert, on the thing and stuff like that. But instead of saying desserts specifically and clearly, we use a term in the conversation, the dessert, rather than just saying cookies or brownies or cake or whatever the actual singularity quote unquote dessert is. Hence what they were doing referring to singularity, because again, they know what they're talking about, but they don't. But we don't know the people, or it's like a quote unquote, we don't know the people. They don't know. All right, and basically the quote unquote singularity is, for the most part, it's just the end. All right, that's basically what they are referring to. And when and even with her, she was basically pointing it out, which you would think that, oh yeah, it's just regular random people coming to this conclusion, this or whatever. Like, so is that actually true? And the fact of the matter is that yes, it is actually true, simply because it is. You would be surprised at how many people don't actually keep up to these types of information and stuff like that. A majority of people, they just live their lives day by day, not necessarily, holy shit, I did not see this until now. I had this whole page up for the longest time, and I'm now looking at this. Slakia, but I'm gonna get back on topic. Anyway, the thing is that people, or the your average person, they're not really wise to the deceits. So that's why the thing is that when stuff like the MOTB happens and comes and whatnot, people, they're not going to know that, oh, I need to not take this, or I need to avoid this, that, and third, or whatever, because a majority of people, they don't know nor care about, the proper safeguards. A majority of people aren't wise. A majority of people aren't, smart and stuff like that. A majority of people, as per Esau's influence, as per Esau manipulating people and kind of conditioning people to be reliant on technology for just as an example, that is a direct result of Esau conditioning and making people dumber to be incapable of doing stuff like this. Like this is a direct result of Esau. Our Esau made it this way for people to be too incompetent to say, okay, you know what, let me do some research, let me check this, let me do that, let me make sure like what is stuff going on. And even then, like, people, it's really hard for people to I don't know, like, understand stuff. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. I get the best example I think, maybe this might not even be 100% true, but I'll just say that the best example I can think of, although it might not be 100% true, is that, for example, with me, if I said I didn't know what singularity meant, or the literal definition. I knew what it meant for the most part, but the literal definition, I went and Googled it. I went and looked up the actual dictionary definition. Your average person might say, oh yeah, singularity this, singularity that, or X, Y, and Z, and then either A, not look it up at all and just pretend like they know it, or just say like something singularity or whatever. Like, I don't know. I'll just say, to make it simple, they just wouldn't look it up to begin with, or they would just regurgitate what they heard and try to and then humiliate themselves the next time they spoke on said topic. Or option 3, they would look for someone to explain it to them. All right, which again, like, the last option goes back into the lack of capabilities of understanding and comprehending and processing information on their own, because rather than being able to process information on your own, like, you are relying on someone else to tell you. But what if that someone else doesn't know themselves, or what if that other person is intentionally trying to deceive you? Which this has been a very big issue, where people are, in all honesty, manipulating people and speaking the wrong things. Because even then, There was again, I spoke on this before and I did a lesson on this, but there was this one guy, South African dude. I think it was South African, but it was this one pastor that said that Yahawashi or Jesus was returning. I think it was in January or something, or February, whatever, this year, and a whole bunch of people sold their stuff because they thought, oh yeah, we're getting out of here, this and the third, rapture, X, Y, and Z. But then when it happened, they were, because that's the thing. The scriptures literally tell us that if someone tells you that Yahushua is coming, then don't believe them. Like it literally says that. All right, and it's so funny that let me get this actually, because this isn't even a part of the first, well, it kind of is, but whatever. Let's get it. Believe him not. In Matthew, here, Matthew chapter 24, verse 23. Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is a Mashiach, or there, believe it not. All right, so that's the thing where there's going to be people that's going to say, hey, Yahushua is going to be over here, he's going to be over there, he's going to be whatever. And look at what happened to the people, to a bunch of people that believed in what a man said. Because what did Yahushua even said in addition to that? All right. Matthew chapter 24 verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So Yahushua, he basically said that I don't know when he's returning. I don't know when I'm returning. The angels don't know. The men don't know. Only Yahweh, only my Father knows when I'm gonna return, or when Yahushua is gonna return. Yeah, these are his words. Okay, so as a result of that, if you read the scriptures, if you were a diligent servant, and why are you believing what some random dude said? Okay, why is he going around, lying and saying all this shit, telling people to sell their stuff when the scriptures literally speak against that? All right. Now, continuing on back into the whole Elon thing and those, I don't know what, the degenerate podcasts or some shit like that. Anyway, Revelation chapter 16 verse 14, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of the great day of Yahweh Almighty. And the thing here is that they are trying to push that, hey, you don't need to worry about saving up for retirement. I think that's what he said, saving up for retirement, right?
It just whirling money away for retirement.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure I said the right thing. But yeah, he was saying like, oh, you don't have to worry about retirement. You don't have to worry about this. Oh, everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna be irrelevant because we're gonna take care of you. Everything's gonna be good. And a part of that is the whole MLTB thing, because again, it goes back into, actually, if you've seen, I didn't see the full movie, but I did see a bit of it, like some parts of it where it was it was WALL-E, the movie WALL-E. I saw parts of it where there was those everyone in, there was just a bunch of people in this ship. They weren't on Earth, they were on a ship, and basically what was happening was they were just fat as fuck, eating, drinking, and then just watching TV perpetually. Like they didn't do anything. Everything was done for them. I don't know. Maybe I should go watch the movie. I might watch that movie again, or just the second half to see like what the human were for, because they were all, every single person was overweight as fuck. They just sat down and did nothing. And like, obviously this is like a kid's movie, but it's like that's some like morbid ass shit. And you know, they always tend to do stuff like that where they throw in these like subtle vile thing, like evil shit in it, in these Disney Pixar movies or whatever, Pixar, Disney, whatever. And it's just like I'm over here like looking like, because I saw a lot of these movies, like maybe not Wall-E because I don't remember when it came out, but I saw a lot of these movies as a kid, and then as an adult, when I hear people talk about it, and then they say that there's this stuff that was actually very like morbid in it, I'm like thinking like, what the fuck? Why was this added in the movie? Like, why did you do that? Because obviously, yeah, I might not have caught it, but just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why would you? Why bother putting that in to begin with? You know, like, it's just like, anyway. So yeah, basically, you know, they're just, all they're doing is, okay, well, let's put these people to just keep on consuming media, which, you know, that's the thing. People are just watching not in the movie they were watching TV. I think they were watching TV or some shit like that. And then now people today, people don't watch TV, but they're fixated on the internet, be it games, social media, or whatever else. And you know, there's barely any social interaction. And I don't even remember if the people even recognized or acknowledged that there were other people around them, because they were all just like lined up like together, like it was just that bad. Like, and I'm over here thinking, like, how bad or how much worse is it going to be if this wasn't a kids movie? All right, like that's the thing that goes through my mind. All right, so continuing on, and again, like, this is for some wicked ass agenda, but he's over here trying to say, oh, you don't have to worry about retirement, which to your average person, that sounds good. Like, oh man, I want to not have to worry about retirement, X, Y, and Z, whatever. But then, like, what's the downside? What's the catch? What's the trap? All right, because there's definitely always a trap when it comes to Esau. You know, when it comes to Esau, let's actually get that. Psalms 64:5. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. The communal laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Okay, and that's the thing. They say, okay, well, I don't have to worry, because you know, these people, they're not going to see these traps. Who's going to check and be aware that something is happening? Who's going to check and be aware that of what I'm doing, what I'm planning? Okay, these people are just dumb. Like, they just believe anything that we say. We could. And this is what someone said. Oh, it was a KSI. He said something because he's a famous YouTuber, British YouTuber, and he said something that was very true. And this sentiment was also echoed by Kanye West when he made that song "Poop the Scoop Thing," where they said they can literally make a video or make some sort of media about literal shit. Which Kanye West made a song where he did that poop de scoop thing or whatever, and people listen to it, people watch it because, oh, it's Kanye, or oh, it's KSI, or oh, it's this famous person. So this is a perfect example of people being so fucking stupid to the point where it's just like, and what KSI said, he said he can upload a video of him taking a literal shit, and more people would watch that than most of anything else. Especially, like, people would literally watch, more people would watch him taking a video of him taking a shit than literally anything else that's actually helpful to themselves. All right, and that's just how people are. All right, these famous people, they control, they influence, as they are influencers. All right, literal name, by the way, literal job titles. Structure 10 verse 12. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusts, so is his wickedness. Which, this is the thing here where while you hear these nice terms, you hear these nice promises, all right, that doesn't mean you should never. One thing should always stay constant. That is that you should never trust Esau Edom, because of course he never has our best interests in mind. All right, it's always a trap. It's always a snare. It's always, all right, what's the next thing that he's planning, or how is he planning on destroying us and whatnot. All right, which this is the thing that we look to avoid allowing this to happen. Okay, it's through wisdom that we protect ourselves, which I'm trying to remember what precept that was. A prudent, isn't it a prudent man hide himself? Here, Proverbs 22 verse 3, a prudent man perceiveth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So they let this stuff happen because they're simple. They're too dumb to realize that, let me protect myself and whatnot. Proverbs 26 verse 25, when he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. And when he speaketh like, oh yeah, you don't have to worry about retirement, you don't have to worry about this, or we're going to help people, we're saving people, we're making people not sick anymore. Okay, well, what's a catch? Like, what are they planning next? Which that was the thing with the whole Atlanta thing. Elon was doing some Atlanta project. Like, that was a very big thing that we have to be aware of. I don't even know. I still don't know what the thing is, but I know that I heard something bad was going on there. Romans 16 verse 18, for they that are such serve not our Lord Yahawashi and Mashiach, but their own bellies, and by good works and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. And those quote unquote good works, quote unquote, is, restoring motor function, as Elon promised with his Neuralink, talking about, we don't need to worry about, or you don't have to worry about retirement anymore. It's all going to be taken care of and whatnot. Which, to be fair, he did kind of not say that. He didn't technically say, what's it called? He didn't technically promise that, it's going to be taken care of. He just said that it's just going to be irrelevant. So he didn't really specify, and that was clearly intentional. But yeah, you get the point. So with that, just something to be aware of. Like, whenever these guys speak like this, it's not something that just automatically means good. All right, always be wary. All right. So with that, I pray this was edifying. I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakwadash, double honor to the elders and apostles, great most, son of Bible, and Shalom.